Welcome to Worth It or Worthless, a show where every couple weeks we pull a game from my own personal collection of retro games, take off our nostalgia tinted glasses, and decide, is the game good by today's standards and is it worth the price of admission? We talk about what the game does well, what the game doesn't do so well, and the things that are just plain weird. I'm your Stan, joined as always by my friend Jordan. Jordan, what do we get into today?
Today we played Sonic Spinball for the Sega Genesis. Sonic Spinball is the story of a video game that became an animated cartoon series that became a video game which was based on an arcade game. That's Sonic Spinball.
Yeah, that's are we back to like the hedgehog theory again? Like,
yeah, the hedgehog's dilemma. If you go back and listen to our last Sonic episode, which was probably last June.
Yeah.
We talked about the hedgehog dilemma, and it's like you want to get close to each other, but you got spines on you, and so it makes you not be able to get too close. That's kind of how Sonic is. It's like you want to like Sonic, but then the closer you get to it, his little spines start stabbing you, and you're like, I can't hug you, Sonic, because you hurt me when I do.
That's kind of.
But we keep coming back for more hedgehog hugs, and we keep leaving with spines in us.
Well, it's a good time. Sega Genesis.
Sega
officially.
Genesis, yeah. We put it up for a vote on Patreon and Sega Genesis, the tried and true tradition.
Yeah.
It was a close one, though.
Despite some good options.
Yeah, there was a bunch of good options on there.
Patreon voted for Sega Genesis. So here we are covering a Sonic game that Jordan isn't refusing to play.
Okay, this is the thing. Dan was like, sent me a list of like some games we could play, and he said Sonic and Knuckles 3, whatever. What's it called?
We've been talking about.
What's it called?
Sonic and Knuckles.
We already played that.
Snack and Neck. No. We played Sonic 3.
And Knuckles.
No. We played Sonic 3.
But you want us to play Sonic 3 and Knuckles.
No, I want to play Sonic and Knuckles.
Which is just Sonic 3 with Knuckles in it. Right?
No, Sonic 3 and Knuckles is Sonic 3 with Knuckles in it, I think. Sonic and Knuckles is a different game.
You don't even know. You tried to get me to play a game you don't even know. You just own these games and you don't actually know anything about them until we sit down. I thought I was the one who didn't know. Come to find out, neither of us know.
Sonic 3 is not Sonic and Knuckles.
I just wanted to do something.
I can't speak for Sonic 3 and Knuckles, though.
This is the thing. This isn't like Sonic June. Sonic or something, it's like, we can play some other games. We'll play some Sonic Spinball. It's a little different.
Yeah.
We did it.
I feel like this is a popular game.
It's one that I own for some reason. Someone gave it to me.
Someone did you the gift, did you the service of giving you this game as a gift.
It's never left the box. I have a box.
You gave it
copy.
to me.
Oh, I gave it to you. There you go.
You gave it to me.
It did leave my box and went to you.
I feel like I owned this at some point, and then I didn't, and then I feel like you gave it to me.
Wow.
So now here we are.
I feel like this is my fault now. It's actually my sister-in-law's fault for giving it to me.
Thanks, Jordan's sister-in-law. But yeah, today we played on the Genesis Classics collection, and that was a smart move.
Yes, yeah, absolutely.
You came over today and I was like, should we play the Genesis original cart on the Retron? Or should we play the Mega Drive or the Sega? On the PlayStation, the logo sometimes changes from Mega Drive Classics, but it's called Sega Genesis Classics. So I'm like, why? Like, whatever.
It's probably confused about what region we're in since we're so close to Canada.
Even though Canada's still North American, wasn't the Mega Drive in Canada.
Oh, okay.
But you're like, yeah, whatever. We'll play whatever version. And so we played the Genesis Collection version, which has rewind, which seemed to be a very smart decision.
Yeah, I mean, we would not have finished this game otherwise.
Yeah, so this is a game that I played as a child, and I didn't have I feel like I was kind of coming into this one like neutral.
You don't have a ton of nostalgia.
Like I have nostalgia, but like I didn't own it. I like played it at a friend's house. Kind of nostalgia, Like, oh, I played this a little bit as a kid. And I've played it a little bit in my, adult years, but I feel like if you would have asked me 5 years ago, I would have been like, yeah, I think I like Sonic Spinball. You're like, yeah. But I never beat it.
I never beat it. You literally just told me like, oh, I gotta buy Bonk 3. Like,
that's
you're not the right.
games.
You just think, the fact that it came out like 25 years ago. It's like, I love that it came out 25 years ago. It's dusty. I need the dust in my nose.
I gotta buy Bonk 3. I bought Bonk 3 on the Wii U eShop,
and now I have to justify my purchase.
I don't have to justify it.
All right. Keep telling yourself that.
Let's get into fun facts, Jordan.
I would love to.
All right. This one was obviously published by Sega, developed by Sega Technical Institute, which made Sonic 2, Sonic 3, Kid Chameleon, Comic Zone, and Die Hard Arcade.
Ooh.
Oh, I knew I'd get him with that one.
Man, oh man, Die Hard Arcade.
Yep.
Brings back the memories from my childhood.
This one came out in November of 93 in North America and Europe, came out in December of 93 in Japan. The Game Gear version came out in 1994, August in Europe, September in North America, and in January of 1995, Europe got the Master System version of Sonic Spinball.
Wow.
This is a collector's item, Jordan. How much did you look up the price for the Master System version of Sonic Spinball?
Of course I did.
You did?
Oh, Master System?
Master System. Did you know?
That wasn't even on price charting.
Yeah, because you weren't looking hard enough.
1 second.
Didn't read the. Got any guesses?
Master System. No,
Master
I didn't
System.
look that up.
What do you think the Master System version of this game's going for?
Did you look it up?
I did for this fun fact.
Wait, you looked up prices of stuff?
I Googled price charting Master System Sonic Spinball so that I would just go directly to the page.
Holy cow.
Without looking up the other
How did
ones.
I miss that? That's literally the only one that's purple, or the only one that's blue on my screen because I didn't click it.
The Master System version, Sonic Spinball, $162.58.
Yeah, and if you want a complete copy, $245.
I'm sure that's exactly what you want, right?
That's insane.
Yeah.
It's probably the exact same as the Game Gear version because they're both 8-bit.
It's like, I think it's just downgraded, and then I think it said the downgraded graphics, and then like the bonus levels I think are a little bit different.
Okay.
So yeah.
Wow. Holy cow. Well, there you go. If you're gonna get one, don't get that one.
Jordan, you alluded to this. It's set in the continuity of Sonic the Animated Series.
Yeah, which we just played the whole game, and I'm not sure what was from the animated series. I guess
the bonus games kind of indicate the animated series. You got like the robot,
the chicken,
robot chicken. You've got like his companions.
They didn't have like the weird like blobby guy with the pointy nose.
The blobby guy with the pointy nose.
There's a robot. Robotnik has two the henchmen.
Chicken.
There's the chicken, and then like the bluish, tealish
isn't
blobby guy with a pointy.
Isn't he like a
nose.
tank or something?
Yeah, he's kind of like a tank. He's got treads.
He's got tank treads. I think I think those guys are in Dr. Robotnik's Mean Bean Machine,
which is just Dr. Mario, right?
No, it's what's the Tetris and was it Puyo Puyo?
Oh yeah,
it might be Puyo Puyo.
Yeah, you're right.
I could be wrong.
I know. Pretty similar.
Jordan, did you know that Sonic Pinball Party is a video game? There's not just one Sonic pinball game.
I saw there's one for like Game Boy Advance.
Yes, this game had I don't think it's a sequel, but yeah, I learned yesterday as I was doing research. Sonic Pinball Party, a GBA Sonic pinball game.
Yeah,
it's
2003.
Like, yeah. But that one, you're not like it didn't look like you're hitting Sonic around. It just looked like a regular pinball game.
Oh, they just threw a Sonic.
Yeah,
skin
and
on
it doesn't look nearly as elaborate. I think the is it a pinball board? Is that like what's the proper table? I think the tables were like smaller with like individual levels, like you were moving through it like a Sonic game, like the zones or something.
Gotcha.
I don't know.
Anyone interested? That one's $38 loose, $69 complete.
Yeah. It's what?
$69 complete, $38 loose.
Oh my word.
For the Game Boy Advanced version.
Why? Jordan, this game was commissioned as a result of Sonic 3 not being ready for the 1993 holiday season.
Like, it's not going to be ready. We should make a pinball game.
Okay.
Well, I did read that they were like, hey, people like the casino zone levels. Let's just make some more of those.
Because I feel like we hated those. Didn't we hate the flipper?
I don't think we hated them. No, I think I remember us saying like we wanted more of that.
Really? Or maybe I'm getting confused or maybe it's just an individual part.
We like the parts of Sonic where you're zipping around and you're not platforming.
So like 6% of the game.
Yeah, and that's what they did. They're like, what if we made a game?
Green Hill Zone 1.
Kind of, yeah. So that's what I was envisioning, like more of that. But like this does like Sonic Spinball is you zipping around without much platforming.
Green Hill Zone 1 is to Sonic the Hedgehog as level 1 is to Battletoads.
Yeah, it's like the game.
Yeah,
the whole game.
it's like in your mind as a kid or whatever, or as an adult, when you think back to those games, you're like, yeah, those games are great. But you're just thinking of the first level, or at least I am. I should say. I do have a fun fact about the Casino Night Zone, Jordan. Apparently, Sega's research indicated that Casino Night Zone in Sonic 2 was one of the most popular levels, which gave the designer a direction for the game. Inspiration was also drawn from Pinball Dreams on the Amiga. So Casino Night Zone meets this Amiga pinball game, which I looked at footage of. I was like, this literally just looks like a PC pinball game.
Yep.
So I don't understand why that
maybe
particular one was the inspiration.
Could be the one that they had.
It could have been any of them.
Yep.
Any pinball game. But Jordan, this is a really fun fact. I actually texted you about this one. Immediately before the game was due to ship, the team was informed that Sega did not own the rights to the Sonic Hedgehog theme song.
Yeah, like from the original games.
Yeah.
That one.
The Sonic theme was owned by Japanese band Dreams Come True, who composed the soundtrack for the first 2 games. So, the Sonic Spinball composer proceeded to write a new theme within 2 hours.
Yeah, 2 hours. And it's not like they couldn't have got the rights to the theme song from the first games. It's that they didn't want to pay the royalties.
Really?
Like, yeah. The band just owns all the royalties. But yeah, it's like there's something weird about music and Sonic games. We talked about the whole like Michael Jackson thing with Sonic 3, right? Is it Sonic 3 that has the Michael Jackson thing? And then this one, you have this whole like, okay, you have 2 hours to program a new song.
The game's about to ship.
Good luck.
You guys can't.
Like the guy probably had some like working files going or something already.
All right, guys, is the game done? Oh, we can't use that music. Like, why didn't you tell us like sooner? You know, it's like what?
And
what?
To go with this, I don't know how far you dug down this rabbit hole because I started looking around on it. There's actually like a whole rumor. This game, you know, with the retro games, there's always like those rumors.
Yeah.
And they went around, and you're like, I'm pretty sure this is true, but then there's not actually anything to substantiate it.
Yeah.
So there is supposedly some copies of the game that were shipped with the original music.
What?
And if you go around and look online, you'll find people like claiming that they had it when they were a kid.
Yeah.
That they had the one that played the Sonic the Hedgehog theme and not the one that everybody else has. But
next to their Berenstein Bears books.
Yeah, well, exactly. That's what I was going to say. Like, I looked around everywhere. I looked on like old forums. I was looking on like GeoCities and Angel Fire websites. Like, nobody's got a copy of this thing, but everybody claims that they did when they were kids.
Yeah,
so I think that this is definitely like a Mandela effect, like Berenstain Bears kind of thing, where people just like, they remember the Sonic theme from the other Sonic games.
Yeah.
And they convince themselves that it was in this one. Other than like some straight up bootlegs and like stuff like that, I can't find any evidence of anybody having a copy with that original song. And I feel like if somebody did, they would be selling it because people pay stupid amounts of money for like one-off or super rare stuff like that.
Wasn't the word Spinball also like smaller and off to the left on the label on those rare copies, or is that also just something
That's a different thing. There are some. That's a whole other variant thing, but like the actual like
that was a joke.
That is a thing. Like there's different covers.
Are you serious? Because I was just talking about Mario 3 with the Broth on the left.
I don't know. I missed the reference.
Jordan.
See, things are finally realigning. Things are finally realigning back to you knew something and I don't know things. I'm not supposed to know things.
I'm going to have to really go down the rabbit hole and start bringing that back. Just being the person who knows things instead of being the resident historian.
I was looking for trivia and, you know, they had this whole thing about like some copies were released early and had the original soundtrack, and I was like, that sounds fake. And
yeah, that does sound fake.
I looked everywhere and couldn't find any proof.
Jordan, the last fun fact. This game is available on the Switch Online Expansion Pass.
It is. It's part of the Expansion Pass. It's like we said, we've played it on the Sega Genesis collection, which is available on Switch and PlayStation and Xbox. And supposedly people have some gripes with the Switch version. There's like a minuscule amount of input lag, apparently. Some people in this room.
I don't know. What are you talking about? I didn't know. I was just like, it's on the Switch Online, or the Switch Expansion Pass. Of all the games that they could put on the Switch Expansion Pass.
I don't
prioritize Sonic Spinball.
I truly don't understand the appeal of including the Sega games in the expansion pass when
Yeah, it's really weird.
you can get 50 plus Sega Genesis games and it frequently goes on sale for like $10.
Well, it's just more value. I mean, if you're going to put this expansion pass together, you might as well.
It
fine, seems like a weird ad, but I'm not mad that it is a thing.
For months leading up to the release of the expansion pass, everyone was like, we're going to get Game Boy games. We're going to get Game Boy games. And then it's like, you're going to get Sega games. We're like, what? All right, I guess we're getting Sega games. All right. Yeah.
So, yeah, that's all my fun facts, Jordan.
I got one more fun fact, our fun fact of the show, and that is that one of our absolute most favorite things to do is to read your guys' reviews of the show. It might not seem like it matters, but your ratings and reviews are huge for a show like ours. Not only does it help other people find our show, but it also brings us a disproportionately large amount of joy for some reason. Whether the reviews are saying nice things about us or even more so when they're saying bad things about us, we love reading them. So whether you love us or hate us, take a few seconds to leave a rating and a review on whatever app or platform you're listening to us on. It really does matter for people finding the show, and it matters to us. It makes us happy. So there you go. That's our fun fact of the show.
Surely nobody has ever said anything negative about our show. The internet's the internet foremotes experts retro games.
Yeah, that's us.
How?
How is right? How did you just say that sentence?
All right, Jordan, let's get into what this game does well.
Let's.
Jordan, the first thing that I have that this game does well, and I don't even think I realized it before today, was that you can control Sonic in the air.
Yeah, I think that's really what separates this from other pinball games.
Yeah.
Is that it does have a tiny bit, like you're controlling Sonic. You're not controlling a ball. And so you do like, it's kind of like infinite tilt. Like, you know, in like a real pinball game, you can like kind of tilt the machine and like get the ball to go. But then like the tilt alarm will go off or it'll just like freeze everything up.
Yeah.
This one, you can kind of control Sonic, not a ton, but you can kind of control him in the air. And then also there's like a little bit of platforming stuff that he does. So you get some control over your ball that is not typical of a normal pinball or even video pinball game.
Yeah, it might sound like a small thing, but I think it actually makes this game, it sets it apart from a lot of pinball games. Because this game gives you more control. Like, so if Sonic is coming down the left side, you can press left and he'll like lose his momentum and you'll be able to catch it on the flipper, where as a normal pinball game, he would just kind of go rocketing across the flipper. You wouldn't be able to. So you can like slow down and you can sort of redirect him in the air a little bit.
You're taking advantage of his momentum and you can kind of redirect it in different ways.
You're trying to move the different areas of the levels. Sometimes you have to hit a corner for him to like grab onto. And so it can help if, you know, you can really like press towards the corner, which will stop the momentum enough for you to actually get where you're going. And it's a really interesting way of bringing platforming and pinball together in a way that I can't think of in another game that I've ever played.
I think that they wanted to give you a little bit more control to make it tie in a little bit more to the other Sonic games where, you know, you have that fine control over him. So they already had that built in, but definitely I wouldn't have thought to do that. So I'm glad that they did.
Tell me, what would you think to do with a Sonic game, Jordan?
Well, first of all,
Jordan, you've got 8 months to make a Sonic game.
Yeah, I got 8 months to make a Sonic game.
What's that game?
He's going to go fast. It's going to be Green Hills Zone. And he's going to go fast.
Infinite Runner?
Honestly, not a bad idea.
Honestly, not. It has to exist.
You take the tube levels from Sonic 2. Is that where you have the tube where you're like racing and you're grabbing the coins?
I think that's all of them. You're talking about the 3D, the mode, what is it, mode 6 on the Genesis?
No,
the
blast processing. That one. You do that, but you make that like an Infinite Runner. You add some...
Yeah, but then you're getting into the 3D Sonics.
Oh,
talk about the 2D Sonics.
I never played a 3D Sonic.
No, you never played Snack Hog Adventures or the other ones?
Yeah, no. Sounds like you haven't either.
You never played
The only 3D Sonic that I've played is Super Smash Bros.
It's not even a 3D game. It's like a 2.5.
Sure, whatever. If you say so.
Jordan, another thing that I think I appreciated about this game is a fast mode.
Fast mode, yeah.
So we started playing it. In the options, you can set 1, 2, 3, or 4 players. You can turn the music on or off, and you can set fast mode or normal mode.
Yep.
We started this one, and it was like, this feels a little bit weird and slow, and
yeah.
And then we turned on fast mode, and it was like, okay, yeah, this feels a little bit more like
the physics
you
felt.
Would think it should.
It felt more like a pinball game.
I don't know. I was like trying to figure out what the actual difference was in the two. And there seemed to be nothing on Google that was like, this is the definitive. So I found
it honestly just felt smoother. It felt like the frame rate was better. Like the difference is normal mode has a worse frame rate or something.
Well, I think it was like a GameFAQs like forum review of this where they were like, fast mode makes things faster. And then like later on they were like, if you want a more of a challenge, play on fast mode. And it's like, okay. But yeah, it did. And then I went back after we beat it and I played a little bit of normal mode for like a few seconds. And I was like, yeah, I guess it's like I think maybe like a 10 to 20% faster in fast mode than it is in normal mode. It's not like, oh my goodness.
No.
I mean, it's not like they did the full blast processing when you turn on fast mode, but it's a little bit better. But I'm glad they give you the option because it does feel a little bit like slow when you play it.
My first thing that I think the game does well is I like the concept. I like the idea. My big thing with Sonic is that I don't love the platforming. I want to go fast. I don't want to stop and do all this fiddly stuff. And so this game lets you just bounce around and move fast as Sonic pretty much the whole time. There are very few platforming sections where you actually have to like stop and like make a jump or do something.
Yeah.
And those are just quickly transitioning you on to shooting around the screen again. So it gave me what I asked for. They gave
a Sonic pinball game.
Sonic bouncing around the screen and not stopping and platforming. So I do like the concept. I think that it is a good idea.
Well, actually, it's funny you say that because I have written down, I like the idea of the objectives and missions. I think trying to take a pinball game and mixing it with a platformer is like, all right, well, what's the point? Like, what are we doing here? It's like, okay, well, we're
destroying a volcano.
Well, that's not a macro. What are we doing here? But like making a level of going like, okay, well, Sonic needs to get Chaos Emerald, so he actually has to complete these objectives. Let's make it more than just like a static screen. And there's like different sections to the levels where you're doing like different stuff. And then, in the first level, I think you're collecting 3 emeralds, and then I think it's 5?
It's 3, 3, 5,
3, 5, 5. So yeah, the levels are big, and they give you stuff to do other than like get a high score in a pinball game. And I like the idea of that.
Yeah, that's kind of what drew me into Pokemon pinball when I was a kid. It's like I'm not just playing pinball; I'm catching Pokemon.
Yeah, yeah.
And I don't remember much about that game because I haven't played it since like 6th or 7th grade, but I like that it gives you something else extra to do.
In a weird way, you just triggered my brain. This is completely random, but I'm like, I wish Pokemon Go would add like a pinball mode where you could actually catch the Pokemon and then transfer them to a Pokemon game. Or I wish that app existed.
Pinball mode?
Like a Pokemon pinball game. Like I would love like a Pokemon pinball game where I could transfer my Pokemon I catch into the games.
Not specifically part of Pokemon Go. You're just thinking that because that's the Pokemon game you play the most.
Well, yes, but I feel like it would... Never mind.
I want a Pokemon Plinko game where it's Plinko, but with Pokemon.
Pokemon Peggle?
Yes, Pokemon Peggle game. Really just a Pokemon anything game.
Anything?
Yeah.
What about Pokemon set in ancient Japan?
They did that.
Oh, crap.
They like an Advanced Wars with Pokemon in it, set in ancient Japan.
What?
They made that. That's a thing. Pokemon Conquest or something like that.
Talk about Arceus, but never mind.
Oh, I thought Dude, this is an actual thing.
Okay, whatever.
Pokemon Conquest for the DS.
Oh, is that Rumble? Where they're little toys?
No. Okay.
Anyways, what else do you have?
The only other thing, because you took my that you can move thing. The only thing is you have the DMD screen that's at the top of a pinball game. Like the little dot matrix grid that like gives you like little shout outs and it has your score up there and all that. It often said weird things when we were playing the game, and we'd do things and it would say weird stuff, and that brought me joy. And it was one of the few things in the game that actually made us laugh. I think the only thing in the game that made us laugh. So I have to give a shout out to the screen at the top. That some of my favorites were worm bagged. I don't know what worm bagged means, but I loved seeing it up there. One time it shot me through a loop that didn't take me anywhere, just launched me back to the bottom of the screen, and it said, loop of deception. Loved that. It also sometimes gave you vague hints about what you were supposed to do, like, do the flipper jump. All right, I got to do the flipper jump here, I guess. And I couldn't figure that out. Dan eventually figured out what to do. So shout out to the dot matrix grid at the top of the screen, and... yeah.
Clucker is coming soon, or something like.
I don't know, man. It was weird. Not all of them were super well translated, I don't think.
In one of the bonus games, it was like hog face or something, or what did it say? Hog head or like something?
Yeah, hog head. I don't know. Dude, it didn't make sense half the time. But that was the thing. You'd read it and you'd just laugh and be like, what does that mean? Yeah. So shout out to the screen at the top.
Yeah, I guess. Jordan, the last thing that I have that the game does well is I have 4 levels is enough.
4 levels was enough. You had the 4 levels. You had 3 mini games. That was plenty.
That was definitely plenty. Because I'm thinking, like, did this game overstay its welcome? It's like
just a little bit.
A little bit, but like I'm glad that there's not more. I feel like if we were to go through the game again, knowing sort of what the objectives are, it might be a little bit faster, but I think that the size of the game serves the concept well.
Yes.
Yeah. That's all.
There you go.
That's
Slim pickings.
I'm glad there weren't 5 levels.
Me too. I'm glad there weren't 6.
Or any.
I'm glad there weren't 6.
Yeah.
I'm glad there weren't 50 levels like Snow Bros.
Don't even. All right. Don't you even start with me.
Let's move on to what the game doesn't do so well.
All right.
All right. For me, the worst part about this game is, you know, in a normal pinball game, you look at the play field, you look at the table, and you're like, I can see what I need to do. Here's all of my options. They're right here in front of me. In this game, you kind of just got to bounce around for a while and hope for the best, because there's a whole bunch of different sections, and you can only ever see the one section you're in, and it might be only about, like, I don't know, 15 to 20% of the entire level, and then you're trying to bounce around and find, how do I get to the gems? And there's no, like...
Chaos Emeralds.
Sorry, the Chaos Emeralds. And there's no way to, like, really know what you're doing or, like, be purposeful about it, except for just to bounce around and hope for the best. And then you're like, okay, next time I play this game, which will be never, I would know what to do. But, like, I feel like, you know, in a normal Sonic game, you start the level and it's like, okay, I'm going to run right. That's what I need to do. Yeah. In this game, you're like, I'm just going to bounce around for a while and hope I figure it out.
Yeah. The way that I kind of phrase this is I said that the levels, they feel weird and they take forever, and it's hard to figure out kind of what you're supposed to do. Because it's like, all right.
Well, you know you got to get the Chaos Emeralds.
Yeah.
But beyond that, it's like, how? Where do I go?
Yeah.
How do I get to where I want to go? I know where I want to go, but how do I get up there?
Yeah.
Oops, I was trying to get in there and it just launched me down a separate tube, and now I'm back to the beginning of the level.
Yeah, I also have that as the levels. Like, you're just trying to go about your business doing your pinball thing, and there's like, what if we threw you back to the beginning of the level, even though it took you 5 minutes straight to get to this section of the level?
Through random chance and... amazing trick shots and
random chance and slight control of your character. Go back and do it again.
Yep.
No, thank you.
Didn't feel great.
No, thank you. Jordan, I have the bosses as something that the game doesn't do well.
Again, I like the concept of the bosses.
Yeah.
I like that they're in there. It gives you something at the end of the level to defeat, and I think that the first 2 were okay.
Yeah,
but none of them were great, and the last one is awful, completely awfully miserable.
Yes, Robotnik is just. I'm leaving this game. I mean, it already wasn't like a lot of fun.
Yeah.
But we used rewind. We
You have to.
We abused rewind.
Yeah.
At the end of the game, we tried not to abuse it throughout the experience. I mean, we had to finish this game in time to record this podcast.
That's true.
So it was like, but it got to a point where the punishment of like throwing you back down to the beginning of the level, or like Robotnik is like, what if I throw you out the window and you go all the way back down and you gotta go through this section and then this section to get back up here? It's like, well, how about, what if we didn't? Or like, what finally when you can attack Robotnik at the end, it's like, what if the physics of this game made it so that you're just shooting right by him and not doing damage?
I wonder if part of that was the
got to hit
fast
him
mode.
9 more times.
Maybe because we were on fast mode.
I don't know, because I noticed when I rewound it like 8,000 times, I was like trying to hold the down arrow and it seemed to work a little bit better.
Okay.
I don't know. The physics are another thing that I actually have that the game doesn't do so well. The physics are just a little wonky, a little questionable.
I think, you're never going to, like a video pinball game is never going to feel as good as a real pinball game. Or like, we live in this world, we understand the physics of this world. In a video game, the physics are whatever they were programmed to be. So it definitely doesn't feel as good as a real pinball game from a control standpoint. Like you can't manipulate the speed and trajectory and the physics as well as you could in like real life to get the ball to do what you want.
Yeah.
And so you just kind of hope for the best and try not to abuse the rewind feature.
Pro tip, play with the rewind feature.
Yeah, I would say
your platform of choice.
If you want to play this one, definitely get that Genesis Classics collection. It's 50 plus Genesis games, so that's the way to go. And
you get our other favorite game on there, like Streets of Rage 3.
It is on there. Yeah, that's on there. There's
Bare
a lot.
Knuckle 3?
There's a lot of games on there, and so you're gonna get some good, you're gonna get some bad, and you're gonna get some Sonic Spinball.
Gunster Heroes is on there.
Yeah, which is awesome. That's what I'm saying. There's some good games on there.
Yeah, there's a lot of games. Some of them,
a lot of games.
A handful of good ones.
Yeah. So I just real quick, last thing for me on that boss fights is that I do like the idea. I think it's a good idea, not great execution. And I think any game where you're fighting the boss and it has the potential to shoot you back to the beginning of the level, that's bad. Don't do that. Nobody wants that. So I don't love that you can be fighting the boss and then, oops, okay, all the way back to the beginning.
Yeah.
And not because you died, but because you like fell down a hole or got shot out a window or something.
Yeah, the whole thing is just like wonky. It's like it feels harder than it needs to be, or it feels.
I just want it to feel like pinball. Like take this game, make it feel like pinball, but give me like that little extra control with Sonic. But like there's just like some stuff in there that.
Well, how do they fix it though? Because like, all right, do they just design the level differently? Is it really like, okay, this is the first section of the level, get the Chaos Emerald here. Now that you've gotten that, here's the next section of the level. We're not going to kick you back to the bottom ever.
I think just the fact that this is not like the first or one of the first pinball video games, but definitely in like way early. And like obviously today they have companies that exclusively make pinball video games. Like you have people like Williams who make like physical pinball games, but also make video ones. And they've spent the last, 30, 40 years fine-tuning it, and so it's just not going to feel as good. It just doesn't even feel as good as, like, what's the Space Ranger pinball that came on Windows XP or whatever. Like, this doesn't even... Yeah, right? Like, that's my, like, default what I think of when I think of video game pinball, and that feels a lot more like pinball, and I'm sure that that's, like, pales in comparison to what you can get these days. I know you can buy on Switch. There's like a whole pinball thing. You can turn your Switch into tape mode and play. Like,
even Arcade 1-Up, I think, has a pinball.
Yeah, but they didn't program those themselves. Those are actually programmed. Like those are based on from a company that exclusively does video pinball.
Gotcha. Jordan, last thing I have. I mean, we've been touching on the fact that you can kind of control Sonic, but like overall, the controls feel unresponsive.
It does feel slow. Yeah.
Like there's times where it's like, okay, in the first level, if you fall down between the main flippers, you land on a platform and this like robot dragon tries to eat you. And I'm like, I'm hitting, he's not jumping. Or like when you can do like the spin dash in certain areas and you're like trying to turn around and it's like my character, why won't he just turn around? Or Like
so both of those are examples of times when you're doing platforming.
Yeah.
And you can tell that they did not polish that as much as the rest of the game because there's so little platforming in there.
Yeah.
It just doesn't feel as good. I wish that, you think they could have taken some of that code from the other Sonic games, but it was a different group who was working on it, so that's probably why.
Well, it is kind of physics, that we talked about, but it's just like the whole thing is just like, I feel maybe the unresponsive controls are a way of me saying I just couldn't do what I wanted to do. Even when I knew what I needed to do in this game, I found it hard to still do it.
Yes,
and it's just like
absolutely. It's like I need to go there. I can't get there. I can't make me go there.
Yeah, and now you're punishing me for like I don't know. Just I don't. Ugh.
Felt bad.
Ugh. Yeah, Sonic Spinball. I like the idea of this video game.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to check out that Game Boy Advance game, which seems to have better ratings and everything. And
would it though? I watched a long play of it.
I don't know.
Okay. I watched. I don't know, maybe like a minute or less.
Did it look any better?
It just looked like a pinball game. So it's probably better, but it's not. It didn't look like this kind of pinball game where it's like, let's mash up these two things and really make it like a.
Yeah.
Like this game feels like it doesn't feel like you're looking at a pinball table.
No.
It feels like a platformer level where there are pinball mechanics.
Yep.
That game just looks more like a pinball table.
Okay.
As it were, from the little bit of it that I watched. So I could be wrong, but anyways, yeah, that's all I have. You got anything else?
That's it for me.
All right, let's move on to the rest of our show.
For the experience that you just had with Sonic Spinball on the Sega Genesis.
So as I was sitting there, as we were passing the controller back and forth kind of thing, I had a moment of like, how am I feeling? What's this experience feeling like to me right now?
Yeah.
$4 to $6 is what my gut.
$46?
$4 to $6.
$426? Okay, $4 to $6.
Yeah, I think I'm coming in at like 4, 5, 6.
That's another way of saying it.
Can't even talk to you right now. Yeah, because like there's still a part of me that's like, I like the idea of this game. I feel like if I played it a second time, maybe it would be a little bit less unpleasant, but I'd have to play it a second time over the course of like a couple of months and not forget what you were supposed to do.
Yeah.
Because so much of I think frustration is like, what is supposed to be happening right now? Like, you want me to get 5 gems? Like, what am I? Oh, I found one. Cool. Like
4 more to go.
Yeah. Like, oops. It's like just the lack of clarity, but like coming at it with clarity might make the experience a little bit more
maybe
enjoyable. So yeah, what about you? What would you pay?
So I have no desire to play this game ever again. I'm glad that I gave it to you so I don't have it. And I think like if this was like an actual pinball machine in an arcade, like I'd probably like put a quarter in and like be like, oh, okay, I died. Okay, here, let me put another quarter in and then realize like I don't want to play this game. So I'm going to say topping out at 50 cents.
50 cents?
Yeah.
Wow. I feel like if I saw this at a pinball arcade or whatever, I would play it more than $4 worth. Maybe.
No chance.
Like if it was like a cool like if they polished
no. It's what it is. It's what we just played.
But I know. But I'm saying like if this was a physical pinball table and they polished it up and it was
if
like
this was completely different.
No. I mean like if it was like a video pinball. Yeah. And they like really, if somebody that made quality pinball games or quality games in general.
You did list some other games that Sega Technical Institute made that are
I know.
good games.
If they would have given this game to a good studio.
No, you just... Okay. Oh my gosh.
If Nintendo...
Wow. Things are bleak if Dan is saying if Nintendo.
What are you talking about? Nintendo makes great games. Well, like, what are you talking about?
Rarely have nice things to say about Nintendo as a company.
The only bad game that Nintendo has ever made is Star Fox Zero.
That's not true. If Toaplan made this game,
don't stop.
If those geniuses that made Snow Brothers were in on this, then we would have had a much better game.
Jordan really wants to hate on Snow Brothers today.
It's a terrible.
Do you want to
game.
get it out of your system? Because he's played the NES version twice, so he assumes that he knows anything else about it.
Listen, you guys, you can go back and listen to our episode of Snow Brothers. I played it. We did it. It's fine.
The arcade version is better than the NES version. Snow Brothers 2 with new elves is much better than the original arcade version. So shout out to the II arcade, where that's one of my favorite games on it.
This is what
he's
happens.
Gonna be so mad when one day he shows up and I'm one of the 3 people in the U.S. who has a Snow Brothers 2 cabinet. He's gonna be like, "You did what now?"
That's a terrible, terrible way to spend your money. But you do you. All right, so you're saying $4 to $6. I'm saying 50 cents. Dan, what do you think a copy of this is going for on the Genesis loose?
A loose copy. Now, Sonic, this is a popular game. I feel like it was very common. I think the Wikipedia page said it actually sold well. I don't know how many copies it sold well, or how many copies it actually sold. This is one of those games that is not hard to find or get a hold of. That being said, retro game prices have spiked in the last 2 years or so. 3, 4, 7. I don't know. It's a fever dream. $12 is where I'm thinking at this one, but it might be even less.
You can get a copy loose for $6.
Yep.
$6, and you guess. There's a lot of things here, so I'll just tell you $14 complete.
Okay.
So that's
that's what I said. $12 complete.
No, you said okay. But it was loose. What about for the Mega Drive in the PAL region? Mega Drive. What do you think?
Man, I have no. I feel like in the PAL regions, the Mega Drive is more loved than it is here in North America.
That seems to be the case from our experience.
Yeah. For some reason, I'm always taken aback whenever our PAL region friends bring up Sega, and I'm like, oh, people really like Sega.
Yeah.
It's like, I don't know. But, yeah, $12.
Yeah, well, $13 loose.
That's what I said.
$18 complete. That's pretty close.
Yeah.
Now, in the PAL regions, Dan, they loved this game so much that they gave it a Mega Drive Gold Collection release.
What?
There are only 12 games that ever got this treatment that were released in the Mega Drive Gold Collection. It's got like a different black case with like some gold lettering and a little picture of the art. It's a budget label given to re-release Sega Mega Drive games in Australia.
Okay.
What do you think it's going for? A Mega Drive Gold Collection. Since you have the box and everything as part of it, this is a complete copy.
So is this U.S. dollars or is this Australian dollars?
U.S. dollars. U.S. dollars.
What's the conversion rate on that?
It's like 2.5.
1.6.
No, I think it's like 2.5. I don't know. We could ask Mr. D on our Discord.
Shout out to Mr. D. So the greatest hits Australian version of Sonic Spinball.
Yeah, but there's only 12 greatest hits.
There's only 12 copies in the world.
No. There's 12 games that got that treatment.
It's got to be the same, right?
You'd think.
Like 12 to 15.
$36.
36 Australian dollars at a 2.5 conversion rate. $15.
No, 36 American dollarinos. Japanese copy has cooler artwork, Dan. Japanese copy has cooler artwork.
Isn't that like normal that their Japanese versions have cooler artwork, or is that not the case?
I don't know.
For some reason that came out of my gut.
They have really good artists there. Okay, so a complete Japanese copy with a cooler artwork. What is it going for? Speed round.
How popular is the Mega Drive in Japan?
Bro, I have no idea.
Pretty popular. They had Snow Bros released on the Mega Drive in Japan. We didn't get that over here. $8.
$55.
No.
Yes.
Stop.
5,500 yen. The Game Gear copy, you can get $11 for a loose one, $22. We said it's on the Switch expansion pass.
$22 what, complete?
Yeah, $22 complete. Switch expansion pass, which I think is like $60 a year or something. You can get it on there. You can get a copy on Steam for $5 if you want to play this on your computer. Or the Genesis Classics collection, which is on all of the
things,
the next gen consoles.
All of the things.
The Switch. You can get that.
Switch is the only one he knows about.
The only one that matters.
It's got input lag on Switch and dock mode, or
supposedly.
When it's undocked.
It's like $30 there, but I would say wait for a sale because it frequently goes on sale for $10 to $15, and it's got 50 other games, 50 plus other games. So with all that being said, you can get a copy for $5 on Steam. You can get a copy for $6 loose on the Genesis. You can get the Genesis Classics collection for $10 to $15. Is this game worth it or worthless?
So, since the Genesis Classics collection has Streets of Rage 2 on it,
just by the merits of this game alone, is it worth it or worth it? Worth it or worth it?
Which copy are we talking about? Genesis copy? Loose?
Sure. Yeah, when you said it was $6, you said you'd pay $4 to $6.
And then I guess it's worth it. I guess I have to say it's worth it.
I'm going to say worthless.
Still worthless.
Because I don't want to ever play this game again. Like, yeah, I own it. It's on the Genesis Classics collection, but no chance am I booting it up.
No chance. But the Genesis Classics has rewind and fast forward on it. Come to find out.
Saying, listen. We've got a doctor right here.
You want to go fast.
We've got a doctor right here. Let me shoot you in the shoulder. We got a doctor right here. They can fix it. It's fine. It's like, no, just because it has rewind doesn't mean that I want to make myself play this. Rewind just means I have to experience it over and over again. Like that's like when Greek and Roman mythology was trying to like come up with like what is the absolute worst torment. It was a guy pushing a boulder up a hill, and then when he got to the top, he had to restart and do it over again. That's what rewind is in this game. It's just like, oh, okay, here we go again.
Whatever, man. Whatever.
Yeah.
It takes the sting out of going back to the beginning of the level 38 times in the course of 38 minutes before you beat a single level.
All right, so I'm saying worthless. Dan is saying worth it. You ready to move on to our trivia?
I don't know. Are we talking about toys today? The Sonic Spinball series of toys?
It's specifically about this game.
The licensed pinball toys that Sega made. You get your own replica of Sonic Spinball table.
All right, here we go. You ready?
No.
Sega originally had a different name in mind for this game. What was the title going to be before Sega settled on Sonic Spinball?
Sonic Go Fast Bun Bun Battle Royale Pinball.
No. Okay, I got 3 options for you. Was it going to be called Super Sonic Pinball, Sonic the Hedgehog Pinball, or Sonic the Pinhog?
Sonic the Pinhog. You said Super Sonic Pinball, Sonic the Hedgehog Pinball, or Super Sonic Pinball.
No, Sonic the Pinhog.
Sonic the Pinhog. Chanik the Bull... no.
Chanik the Bullfrog.
I just gotta go fast, you know what I'm saying? Like, when I want to go fast in video games.
You want to go like supersonic speed?
Supersonic? I don't know if I do. I feel like Sonic the Hedgehog Pinball sounds the most... Yeah, I'm going with that.
Yeah, they made a good choice. Like, if we're going to say anything, like, developing this game in 8 months, probably not a good choice. Like, some of the stuff they did in this game, probably not some good choices. But going with Sonic Spinball, that's a solid title.
Yeah.
That's a good title.
Also, I do like the cover art on this one.
It's fine.
Yeah, I like it. There's something about it. I don't know. Maybe that's what I like about it. Maybe that's the nostalgia.
I just like to look at it. I like to
this.
have this to look at.
That's true.
It's a piece of art just to look at.
Well, okay, make fun of people who want retro games for pieces of art. If I was to get this to put it on my shelf,
listen,
display.
This is what's happening. When I say that, that's me trying to justify spending any money at all on a game, because, yeah, otherwise I'm like, I'm never gonna play this. But I don't want to just say $0 on everything. So.
Here's the thing, guys, that you need to know about Jordan: Jordan is actually taking a cue from Logan Paul. He's been acquiring retro game cartridges, and he's going to make a coffee table out of retro gaming cartridges. So they actually are pieces of art.
I'm going to box them. I'm going to box them on pay-per-view. Me versus my retro gaming coffee table, and whoever wins.
I feel like
then I'm going to write a diss track rap about it.
For whatever reason, you talking about boxing just made me like think of like a Vector Man style video game.
We
Where
could have played Vector Man. It's Sega Genesis. We could have.
Goodness, there's a game that I don't know about. I don't know about that. Based on the last time I played Vector Man, I don't know about Vector Man. That's all I'm going to say about that for now.
All right, Dan. Do you have anything else? What do you got? You got some Wii U games or something?
Some Wii U games? Did you talk about the eShop Apocalypse?
Sure.
Jordan?
Yeah. Are we doing that still? Because I thought it was over now.
No. It's still going on until
October or something.
No. So at the end of August, you can no longer add funds through. Now, okay, when this episode's coming out, you can't use your card. You can't use a credit card to add funds to your wallet anymore. You can only do it through eShop cards
thingies,
as far as I know. And it's like, I don't even know if it's like the Switch eShop. Like, I don't know if you have to buy. I don't know if a wallet code is a wallet code for this anymore.
Who knows?
Because as of the time we're recording this right now, there's a few days left.
Yeah, but it's going to be done by the time this goes. So tell
us. But
I
do. But I think you'll appreciate this. Hear me out, Jordan.
All right.
Hear me out. For today's eShop Apocalypse, I want to give a shout out to some DS games on the Wii U eShop.
Okay.
Now, what do you like? I like the idea of taking the Wii U and making it into a giant DS with your TV, because there's no like proper DS consoleizer yet where you can have that experience. So I think it's interesting to give a shout out to some DS games on the Wii U.
Okay.
I like the idea of the DS being a console.
That.
I like it. You're not into that?
Yeah, go ahead. What do you got? What's the game? What'd you pick?
Guys, he's hurting my soul right now. I thought he would be a little bit more on board with this.
The DS is gonna be a console that is just lost to history because there's not a way to play it. It's not like, oh, we're going to port this to the Switch because you need two screens. We're going to port this to whatever.
That's just it, right? That's that's another thing that the Wii U
it's fine. It was an interesting gimmick for a while and it's gone.
Yeah, I want a consoleizer for the DS so that you can.
What, you need two TVs?
And
a giant touch screen?
Smartphone and TV.
Okay. Well, what games did you pick?
So I have 3 games I want to give a shout out to that are on the Wii U eShop. The Legend of Zelda Spirit Tracks, which you can get all these games, $10. A copy, a disc. That
was the game when they were like, let's make a Zelda game with trains.
No, I don't know. I don't know which one that one is. All I know is the cartridge is $48.
Trains.
$48.
You're just recommending games you haven't even played?
Well, it's a Legend of Zelda game.
Okay. What else you got?
What do you get? I got Mario and Luigi Partners in Time. That's a $10 eShop, but you can get the regular cartridge for $31.
All right.
You should play it on your TV on your Wii U.
Okay.
So that's an RPG. It's good.
I'm out.
It's good. No. You liked Super Mario RPG.
Did I? I didn't finish it.
Oh, yeah, I forgot. You don't.
I mean, it's fine. No, it was fine. I liked the beginning of it. I liked the first 20 hours of it.
And last one, I got Kirby Canvas Curse, which is currently going for $50 loose, but you can play it on your TV on your Wii U for just $10.
I love Kirby Candy Crush. That's one of my favorite games.
Kirby Candy Crush. This is a game I feel like I've never played this Kirby game. I almost gave a shout out to Squeak Squad, which is also available.
Well, you just
on the
did.
eShop.
Look at that.
But it's not as rare and expensive as Canvas Curse. They also have Mass Attack on there, I think. But
Mass Effect.
Canvas Curse is a Kirby game that I think people like generally. So I've never played it, but if you want a more traditional Kirby game, Squeak Squad is a great one.
Wow. Look at all those deals.
Oh, my word, Jordan. They are deals. They're $10 instead of $48, $31,
if any of you have bought a game because of this segment, please send it to Dan. He needs the affirmation because I am not giving any to him for this.
Shanks told me, based on, I think that was the Knights of the Old Republic 2 episode, that he's thought about picking up Dr. Luigi. I don't know if he did, but
well, there you have it.
I picked up Dr. Luigi. I haven't played it yet.
You did. You bought 12 of these monstrosities.
15? No.
15? Too many.
I added $100 to the wallet and spent most of it the other day.
No.
So we're doing the eShop Apocalypse. We're getting it done, Jordan.
We are.
We got TurboGrafx 16s. You got DS. You got Metroid Prime. You got Wii games. It's crazy. Have you heard of the eShop?
I have. And Sega Genesis. Here you go.
Sega Genesis. I don't know. We got the Patreon poll for the next game for Sega Genesis is not up yet, so I don't know what it's going to be.
It's going to be a Sega game.
It's going to be a Sega...
Genesis game, even.
It might be Hyperstone Heist. I might just play the executive card, and I got to find it.
Played that game
I was
already.
texting you
We played that one
the
already.
other day of like, how can I find an excuse to play Hyperstone Heist again?
I told Dan, since that was our first episode, we can revisit Hyperstone Heist when we've played all the other Retro Turtles games.
So maybe when the Cowabunga collection comes out, we can do something with it.
We still have so many other...
I know, but I'm saying like maybe there's a bonus episode inside of the Cowabunga collection where we talk about the Cowabunga collection, and then that's it. That's it.
Oh,
we did them.
That's fine.
We did them. We just, that's it. And then we can do Hyperstone Heist again. So episode 101, when the podcast starts over again.
Oh, no.
Here's the thing. After episode 100, this show becomes Worth It or Worthless remastered, and we take it from the top.
We're gonna listen to the old episodes and then decide if they were worth it or worthless.
No, we're gonna replay the games and give updated opinions.
No.
Okay,
all right.
Here's to the next 4 years that are exactly the same as the first 4, with slightly better audio quality.
Yeah. A little bit of different format.
All right, my friends, we will see you in 2 weeks.
We sure will.
Thanks for listening.
See ya.
Bye. Guys, thank you so much for listening. I hope you enjoyed the show. If you did, we'd greatly appreciate it if you left us a rating or review wherever you're listening, and if you shared the show with other retro gaming fans in your life. If you're looking for more retro gaming content, check out worthitorworthless.com, where you can find things like reviews, guides, game recommendations, and of course, all of our relevant links. I hope you have a great day. We'll see you in 2 weeks. Thanks.